Okay, I did my first two daily race C's, two very different races. Wasn't very much to see. 'Cause I worked not as hard on my qualifying. I worked really hard on qualifying for daily race B, and starting up front. But I spent most of the day driving, so I felt really confident in the car I was in. Whereas this, you know, I'm trying to beat the meta, even though I should have started with the meta to begin with. But I just wanted to be a weirdo and take the Silvia. Everyone using Lambos and Alfa Romeos. I had to be the weirdo and bring just a regular ass car to this race. This was the first one. I was not comfortable at all. I wasn't sure about cool tires. I did set my qualifying lap in the Silvia just to be sure that I had a similar pace. I believe it was, what the hell was it? I don't even remember now. What was my, it doesn't even show us, does it? Nope. Alright, I'm an idiot. Yeah, my qualifying in this Silvia is like a 1, what is it, a 1, whatever it is, it's not fast enough. We'll put it like that. And then I just made so many mistakes in this race. This race was bad. This was my first try of the day. This was first race of the day, in my first try. And I just I didn't put anywhere near enough practicing in as I did with daily race B. I just figured out, fuck it, I'll jump in and see what happens. It was a mistake. I just wasn't very fast. I didn't feel fast. Nothing felt right in this race. Didn't feel much better in the second race, but I got a little bit of a gift and took advantage. But yeah, we're coming through. Everything seems to be okay. I don't know what happened between them at the beginning. We might as well take a look since we can. He just went wide. Good job by Nix to get away from him. I'm not sure which guy. There was a guy that chased me. I don't know what his. I just knew his. Obviously, just his nickname. Let me find him. Is there? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Irrelevant. But yeah, I kept getting. I'm just so dumb. I just make just so many mistakes. We all went through the grass when I should jump. Jumping hard. Look how many jumps. Look how many jumps. One jump. We come through. That's it. Another jump. Damn, we had some jumps going on here. Then I knew my tires were dirty. The whole situation was bad. I got a 1 second penalty for that to boot. It was bad. These dudes are just straight swarming me. I just wasn't doing real well. Just being honest. Just was not doing real well. Got myself out of shape for that. And I just committed to the grass line. Just straight jumping my car. I didn't want to kill him, so I had to keep control of myself. I have to see that, I'm sorry. I just have to see it. Will that about do it? Well, that'll do it. This is not optimal. This is this is a suboptimal line. Some would say this is the incorrect line to take this turn, but you know, to each their own. Carry on. Then I get swarmed like absolute animals at this point. I don't blame them. The whole situation was rough. What just happened? Oh, pure death. See, this is my first time watching these replays, so I get genuine reactions from what the hell is going on here. Let's see, something bad happens. Oh yeah, I mean, there's nothing AKA Heyman can do. I mean, that was straight mayhem. Mayhem happened because of this right here. The Bugatti was not paying attention. Maybe he thought he was gonna ghost him, but that caused quite the situation. So yeah, don't do that. Pigeony just uploaded one where he was trusting the ghost to drive through Rory Alexander Erie's, and it did not. It ghosted on the guy that drove through him before, and then he trusted the ghost, and he should not have, because he unghosted whenever Pigeony was halfway through him, and he unghosted while Pigeony was inside of his car, and it caused them both to wreck. So it just don't trust the ghost. I don't know, I guess this Lamborghini thought, he thought this was the line to take, I guess. I mean, he's on the inside, I get it, but like, bruh. I guess he thought I was gonna hit the brakes or something. I'm sorry to tell you, maybe last month when I first started racing again, I would lift and like be afraid of this guy down my inside, but absolutely not. I'm fucking turning across you, fuck you. That piece of shit. But yeah, so it's on. Another 1 second penalty. I got so many penalties in this race. It was wild. It really was. I don't know what my problem was. I think I get another penalty here. I'm not sure why. We'll see. This I kept getting penalties. It was intense. So this was my first one. Let me service penalty. Man, it was bad. This was a rough race. All my references were wrong. I was just getting everything wrong. I kept over-rotating the car under release of brakes for some reason. I don't know, like this shit right here, like it's just so dumb. Like, what am I doing? Just, I don't know, I guess it's just me figuring this car out, I guess, but it's just a rough situation. Not a bad car, it's just I'm just not used to it. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll let this go, but yeah, it was a rough one. I think there was only a couple more real things that happened, but I don't know, it was like P11 or something, because I had a big wreck eventually at the chicane. The chicane I was just getting wrong, just wrong. Got it wrong again. Here comes another penalty. I'm trying to let him go around too. He doesn't get it, so I move to the outside. I'm sure it throws him off. I know people don't normally do this kind of stuff, but like, I don't know. Hopefully people will get used to me. But like, I wanted him to go, and then he didn't, and then he gave me, that's what this was. This was the bump and run. Like, I was mad about this, because I wanted him to go around, so I stayed inside, because he had so much speed. And then he gave me the bump and run, which is something that just, that move right there is one of the ones that make me really, really angry. I don't know why, there's just something about that move. Even though I'm going really slow, there's just something about that move that just, I don't know, it just infuriates me. This. Bang. Just that little bump, and it just slide underneath me. Yeah, I was going wide. Whatever. It is what it is. It's just not the right thing to do. Just don't bump and run. If you're in a bump in that situation, you need to not overtake. But, you know, whatever. That's just me. So I still showed inside to be annoying to him because he irritated me with that move. But, I mean, it's just a little minor mistake. It's no big deal. But I couldn't get anything right. I don't think I got anything right this entire race. There's another penalty. Yep, there's another one. And I think I get another 1 second penalty at the end of this on the chicane. There was one later in the race that I was just so confused. That's kind of what I'm trying to see, is just, what did I do? It's just bad. Yeah, because I had such a shocker through here, that I decided just to pit stop. Yeah, I think with that penalty, I was just like, you know what, let's just pit stop and be done. I typically won't quit races, so I carried on. Another penalty, just learning stuff, man. That's all I can do is learn stuff, right? Just keep learning. I think me and this Bugatti fought a little bit. Oh, do we have a... Do we do a thing? Yeah, I had a run on him. I imagine he wanted the inside. So I just went to the outside. No big deal. Other than that happened. And what's... So he got no damage from that. That's what I thought. I was really shocked by this. He got no damage from this. I don't know how. I don't know, man. I don't know. You see how I'm not bumping him to slide underneath? That's like, you know. So I could have did the same exact thing. Just a little tiny, just instead of hitting the brakes and slowing up, just that little nudge and slide up the inside. But that's like against the rules. Whatever. I'm a rule follower, apparently. So slow. I'm so slow. Third gear is not needed for that turn. But it shaped me up for it, though. It's just the time I missed with shifting. It's just, I don't know. That's wrong. It makes me feel like now that I won one in the Silvia, the next race I win. But I needed more time. I think I might switch to the Bugatti. But, you know, anyway, not too many other things happen, I don't think. More penalties because I'm dumb, you know, typical shit. Then I think right at the end, me and AK had a little back and forth right at the end just for funsies. He was pretty quick. He was the one that got wrecked at the beginning, if you remember. He had got a penalty. And then he, so me and him, we didn't want to quit. We just kept on going. You gotta put more laps in, you gotta learn more. That's all you can do. You have a bad race, just come back. I didn't even show the big wreck, huh? Oh shit, I just messed up, huh? Oh well. I want to say it's somewhere around here. Yeah, here. Oh. Did we do the same thing again? No, okay. We do something similar, apparently. Goes to the inside. Oh, I touched grass. Hey, don't touch grass. It's bad. It's a bad thing. Don't touch that grass. So yeah, that's what happened. And then more mistakes, and more mistakes, and more mistakes. Me and this guy had a little fun on our final laps. I believe me and him started up front. We started in like the top three, I believe. So, will I take the chicane one time correctly, even just one time? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So yeah, we come home. I believe. Oh yeah, he did this at the end. I don't. I was not going to pressure him, but I don't know why he would quit. I mean, you're at the end of the race. I don't. Whatever. And he just. What happened? He just was like, you know what? I don't care. Yeah, he already disconnected that game. Had it in auto mode. Yeah, I could. Yeah, that's some weird shit, man. Anyway, you gotta come through. You gotta just finish the race, man. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. All right. So I had a shocker. Oh well. Fuck you. I bet you never had a bad race. I bet. I'm sure. Okay. So I came back. That little rank drop. That little tiny rank drop gave me pole position. So now I have to have a little bit of poop, a little bit of pee coming out because I'm on pole. So, like I said, I did work a little bit on putting a decent time in. I'm 1.1 or 1.2 seconds off of like Tidney and the other like top times, like a top 3,000 time or something in the world. So it's not terrible. It's just when someone lets someone go here, something happens and it's a gift. Cooker or something pulls aside and lets me go. I don't know why. Maybe he's just doing that, you know, front to last challenge, but it hooked me up. It gave me the buff I needed to not be too worried. What's happening? What was that? That was weird. His shit malfunctioned. His steering wheel malfunctioned or something. Okay, I thought maybe he was hooking me up and doing me a huge favor and letting me go, or like chasing from back. I think his wheel's malfunctioning. That's really crazy. Okay, anyway, forget all that. But yeah, that let me run away. That let me run like a psychopath. I was like, dude, I need this lead so badly. I'm gonna get so many penalties. I don't know if anything else happened. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, everyone's being good boys all through here. Bunch of good boys. Purebred, good fars. Yeah, I can fucking talk. I'll tell you what. So yeah, I fucking ran, dude. One dude, I don't know who it is. I want to say it's Andre. Is it Andre? No. It's probably Cooker. If I seen his livery, I bet I would know. There was someone that was chasing my mistakes. I'm hopping around because nothing's happening, honestly. Nothing happens. I win this race from the front, never lose the lead. And I'm just a little bit more comfortable, I'm just a little more poised here, that's all. After having that first race, do one lap in this thing. I don't know, it's not a bad car, it's just, I don't know, I couldn't get my rotation under braking consistent. It just felt slow, it felt wrong the whole time. Bugatti felt much more comfortable. The understeerness is not as bad as the Bugatti, but it's still there. At this point, I'm just like, no matter what happens, don't get a penalty and don't mess up the chicane and wreck. As you can see, it's not good. It's not fast. It's just good enough. And I needed that couple second buff. And if I didn't push the way, you'll see. If I didn't push the way I needed to when I did push, because I had to tell myself, like, dude, this 20-second lead is nothing because I have to pit. And I'm not sure if everyone else pit. I didn't know what was going on. So, you know, I don't know who it was. It was definitely an Alpha. And Alpha was chasing me without me knowing it. And luckily for me, I did just enough. It's not the GTR. I want to say it's this guy. I want to say it's Cooker. I want to say that's who chased me the whole way to the end, because it was a dark Alpha for sure, a dark colored Alpha. I want to say it's Cooker, but you see, look, lap 3. I don't know why he decided to pit. I don't know what made him pit. Did he have a penalty or something? He's setting fastest times. I mean, a lot of people are right now. It's lap 2, obviously. Is he the guy from the beginning that had the malfunction? This is P2, right? Yeah. I don't know what he has going on. Anyway, so he pit. And he came out here P13, so he's off. Alright? And you gotta think about this. Every single mistake he makes from here on out is gonna be glaring for him once you see the ending. It makes sense that no, it wasn't Cooker. It was Donina. It was this guy. So his skin his livery must have not loaded properly, because that's definitely not the livery that was following me. It's not Cooker. It's fucking this guy. Again, there's nothing happening up here. All I'm doing is just putting in decent lap after decent lap. Nothing fast, just consistent. No penalties. I didn't get a single penalty. I just slow and steady, man. That's all I did. He gave me that little bit of lead at the jump, and I just went with it. There's the fastest lap. I can do like a 1:14.2, I believe, is my lap time. 1:14.2, something like that. So again, I'm not being fast here. I'm really not. Yeah, it's Donina. That's who chases me to the end. When does he pit? Maybe here, because he's getting caught. This right here saved me. Fenrir, thanks. You let me win this race, buddy. Those are good. Yeah, Fenrir, you let me win this. Unless he pit already. Let's see. That penalty killed him. Yeah, he pit right here. He pit after lap 1, and then he chased my ass, boy. God damn. Nothing happens up front. I swear to you, nothing happens. These penalties are killing him. If he didn't get those penalties, he would have won this race. These penalties cost him the race. Won't that fucking work correctly? It's stupid. Yeah, Fenrir, he's out of control with that shit. You can tell he's struggling to get around him. It's the middle of the pack B lobby, man. This is what this shit's like. That is what it is. Until I get closer to A, this is the shit I gotta deal with. Yeah, like, watch, he's gonna pull up alongside him into this turn, and Fenrir is gonna give him 0 space. And he has to know that he's there. He has to know. He has to know he's there. He has to. Sorry. Then you just turn in. What are you doing? I'm next to you. Stop. But it gave him the position. I would not give that position back. Absolutely not. So Donina is completely correct. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. This cost him the race. Absolutely. There's Cooker right behind him too. Yeah, this vet is about to get swallowed up by these 2 cars. These dudes weren't too slow. Feel bad for him a little bit. Not really. I was definitely taking my time. He's letting the Corvette know. I think he's letting the Corvette know he's going to defend there, maybe. But then he doesn't. He knows he's faster through that chicane with that Corvette. That Corvette ain't doing shit. Just go. Anyway, so So I started thinking, this is a warning to everyone that takes their pit stop on the last lap of the race, on lap 14. You have to come out of the pit box, out of the pit lane, and go on the longest straightaway on this track at a deficit while they're going full speed. If I would have waited to pit stop until lap 14 with this guy, with the time that I was losing versus him, I believe he would catch me right here. See, he comes out of here full speed like that. Now, I decide to pit stop. This is where I'm at. I'm up here at the chicane. This is where he's at. This gets stupid tight. Way tighter than it has to be. And I'm telling you, it's because of this right here. I decided to pit stop. You can look at his lap times versus my lap times. They're very similar. 116 and 115s. 115 and 116s, and 115 and 116. There's more 116s on my board than his. And it comes down to this. I decided, you know what? That long straightaway is going to be the death of me. I was super slow into the box. I don't know how fast I'm not getting a 3-second penalty, I can tell you that. So, no change of the tires, no change of the fuel. And I think this may have won me this race. Because if I would have pit next lap, he would have tracked me down going up the hill on the long straight. That mistake too was big. That was a big mistake. He's lucky he didn't get damage. But it all comes down to this right here, these last 2 laps. Good for him. He chased me. This is what I'm talking about. If I would have did this next lap, and he didn't make mistakes, and he took another second out of me, he would have been a second closer to me here, possibly in the slipstream. I believe this was like 1.8 seconds. It was around 2 seconds right here. I came out of the pit box, started going up the hill when he had me by 3. By the end of the straight, he had me, it was about 2. This was about 2 seconds. By the time we came out of this chicane here, he had me, I had him by about 1.3, I want to say. 1.3 or so. And I'm just telling myself, just go. He cannot catch you, he can't pass you. Unless it's on the straight, he can't pass you. So just keep going. He gets it down to about a second by the time this last lap starts. I don't think he makes another mistake here. He brings it down to about a second, under a second right here for final lap. And it's really just trying to chase me down. I don't think I had to defend. I don't think I got close enough to defend. But yeah, think about it. If I was on lap 4, if I lost more time and he got a second closer to me and I had to drag my pit exit up this straightaway on lap 15 to 15, he would be running me down right now. Which he kind of almost already is. I don't know. It doesn't really matter which time you do it. I was losing time. I was going slow. And I needed to see exactly how hard I needed to push. That's really what it comes down to. I was afraid that I was taking my time through the chicane and doing that stuff just a little bit too much, and that brought him back in for the win. So I knew, like right here, I knew I had to push. It was down to, it was not much. It was like, because I've been taking it pretty slow, and I was like, you know what, let me push through the chicane a little bit harder, because I'm going to lose this race. I want to say this was like 0.7. So almost in the slipstream. He was almost in the slip. If he would have been in slipstream, I may have lost this race. So I'd go in, try to get on throttle early, take the dirt line. Try to push where I can. But yeah, he's coming. No real tire issue at all. He has less fuel. Yeah, I mean, all those little things that slowed him down, the penalty, my decision when I pit, all that stuff mattered. But that's how close he got it. That was the difference. Yeah, it's tough. It's a good race, though. This is a solid race. I like the different strategies. I mean, I beat the meta, but some weird stuff happened at the beginning, and I definitely could do better. I think maybe Bugatti or one of the other cars, maybe I'll try. The Alpha, I just cannot get that Alpha down, dude. I don't know. It's just, ugh, it's so twitchy. It's so weird. I don't know. I can drive it. I can't drive it very, very fast. But yeah, this is cool. I'll get some more races in and see what else I can do here.